We just try and write the music. That's really the, I mean, the writing process on this one took a little longer in the sense that I think I started back in maybe 2014 writing some songs. I wrote maybe 3 songs back then, and then with work and everything else, my schedule gets pretty busy, so you run into a brick wall now and then. So once I get back on it, like I guess in early 2015, things started flowing a little bit better. No, I guess it was 2016. Maybe I got my years mixed up. I think it was May 2015.
Yes.
Started writing some of the songs, and once 2016 came in, we knew we really needed to get into the studio, so I just kind of tried to concentrate a little bit more on that and get the stuff written. So it's a process. I mean, I do everything on the computer, so I get all my parts together and try and create full parts, and then eventually put them together. But it's a process, you know, and a lot of times I'm not happy with what I'm coming up with, so it takes time, and you want things to be right. And but once the flow gets going, you kind of like, you know, work through song by song, and the next thing you know, you have 10 songs, 11 songs worth of stuff. So yeah, it's the prep work is just getting the stuff written and trying to get it to our drummer Steve in time for him to actually be able to rehearse before we get into the studio, because everything becomes kind of a rush at the end. Because I'm writing the last few songs just a couple of months out before we go into the studio, so it's always the hardest on him. But this time I think we did pretty good. I think the last song I wrote some of that on the last tour we did with Marduk, because I would take my guitar backstage during the shows and just try and finish up a few things, because there was one particular riff I had that I really wanted to make a song out of, so I just kept working on it, and then by the time we got home I finished it, and then that was it for the record. But yeah, mainly just the musical writing. Writing the music is the toughest part, and then once that's written, then it's just kind of rehearsing it and getting it together. And in the studio is really where we get the lyrical stuff going. So you know, prep before the studio is just mainly the music and getting Steve on the, you know, getting Steve's parts together, letting him have time to practice is really where it's at.